Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming, if you can believe this, some 2D4X this weekend. Again, like I do pretty much every weekend. Unless I don't know, get a life. I tell that to my cat all the time. He's just sleeping all day. Then, why don't you get a life, kitty? But that's what, oh man, what happened? My music stopped playing. You guys can't hear my music? Yeah, anyways, so I am creating a 2D4X game. Everything seems fine except for my music just suddenly cut out. That's weird. Do I have internet? Everything is normal. I don't know. Anyways, I've been creating a 2D4X game. It's open source. It's post-apocalyptic. It's going to take place in North America. And I just thought if something was broken there, but it's not. That's what's selected. What was I saying? North America, open source, made in Godot and C#. I've said this intro so many times at this point. It's just gibberish. It's gibberish. We're on like episode 200 or something, 204. So it's like that's what I mean. It's just. Anyways, what are we doing today? Oh, I had to restart my computer. My computer is acting quite strange. So today we're going to do stockpiles. We're going to work on stockpiles some more continuously forever, for all of eternity. So basically what's going on is when you go to build something, we have to build something here, and we'll keep an eye out for any bugs. Might as well, while we're doing this, speed this up so it gets built. This is our test. County improvement, as they're called. So in this county improvement, you have the choice of using for input goods. So these are the goods that are required to produce fish, which these aren't real goods. Maybe we'll use wood for like fishing poles or something, but I don't think at the primitive fisher's shed. Maybe we'll just put remnants only, which actually can cause another problem. We're going to have to I'm going to put this in here, though I don't think I'm going to forget. Make sure to check the dictionary to see if remnants is already in it. Just in case remnants is required. So the concept that I'm going for is that at the beginning you have, since it's post-apocalyptic, you're basically getting these things called remnants from the old world before the apocalypse, and your economy should be quite easy at the beginning, but as you use up remnants and canned goods that you've found in the wasteland, it's not really a wasteland in this post-apocalyptic game, but then you have to have your production going by then. And what I want to do is start out, you'll have like modern guns and whatnot, but as you use them up, shit starts to get crazy. And that's like, so it will start out and it will go down like a curve. This is the goal, at least. So it'll start out high and it will go down, and then you'll slowly, like, hopefully get through the dip to be producing stuff. And that will also, one of the things I really want to do, because I feel like in a lot of 4X video games, the 4X concept is you're just attacking because that's what you do. In this, I want it to be that you're going to want to use diplomacy and attack places because they have resources that you need, such as fish or whatever. So but that's 100 years off. I keep saying we're 5 years from everything, from being able to do anything. But here we go, in the game, that is. And in real life, I don't know. Here we are. So, I didn't start C# Visual Studio. I rebooted, like I said. I was looking at population for some reason, which I've already looked at. Here we go. I was wondering earlier this week, I was like, why do I have so much free time? And it's because I haven't been doing any programming lately. So I need to get back. I mean, besides on the weekends, I need to get back on there. What's up with this temp thing, huh? Yeah. All right. What are we doing? So let's look at how we're doing. So right now we need to figure out that we're letting the player choose on this county improvement between using remnants or not. And we need to make sure that remnants are in the dictionary of stockpile goods. And we don't have that yet. So this is going to be, I keep getting stuck on this thing where we don't need to be looking at population. We need to be looking at, where was this stuff? I think the hall master, generate stockpile goods dictionary. So this thing, it goes through and it sets this key. What does it say? This has to be to generate the stockpile goods from the developer created input good list. This has to generate. That seems weird. I'm putting that back, but this has to generate. All right. The input good list is later copied on to the unique list. I'm glad I put this in here because I forgot about that because it has to be. If the player selects use remnants, then this will break. And this is what we want to fix right now. So what we need, I think this is the way we're going to do this. I thought about it last week and vaguely, and I thought about it a little bit before. Is I think what we want to do is we want to check, and there's got to be a way to do this in C#. We'll look here. Check dictionary for key. Very bright. Contains key, or try get value. Which is the better? What's the better? According to a comment, the actual class here is not an iDictionary, but a physical address. So the methods are contains, but they work the same way. But which one's better? Here's the working code. Try get value. Out entry. I don't care what the entry is. I just want to know if the key's there. So what does this one say? Entry key equals if C. I hate when they do this. When it's just like one letter. I'm very good. If you look at my code, it's like all the variable names are really long. If C dot physical address try get value. So these are both try get value, but I don't care about the value. Well, we'll see. We'll look at this contains key thing because I think that's actually what we want. Because we just want to know if the key is there. So let's do this. So it's going to add that in, and then after this, yeah. So after this, because it could have remnants already in there, we'll do if, what was that? I was just looking at it. I've already forgotten. Contains key. So we have to start with the dictionary, though. If we're going to check this dictionary, because this is the one we actually care about. Contains key. And then we're going to go, it looks like we put in the key with, okay, it's not brackets, it's whatever's. And then the key, not those things. What am I doing here? My brain's not warmed up yet. Shift. Lately, for some reason, I've been hitting like Control instead of Alt and vice versa. We're going to go with remnants. Wait, is this thing at counting good type, huh? Okay. If it does not, we want an exclamation point, right? Can we just do that? And then we go, then we add in, don't do that. Oh, we need another one of these. And I want this to be over here. If it doesn't have remnants in there, then we need to add remnants. So we'll just copy this whole line. And I guess we're going to add it at 0. And we're going to go copy this thing. All right, I'm going to put some notes right here. A little quick note. If the county stockpiled goods, county stockpiled goods. Oh, yeah, it's attached to the county improvement. All right. Why did I call this county stockpile goods? Do I have a faction level stockpile goods for this? I don't think I do. Do I? Um, we don't. Wonder why I didn't do it that way. All right. I think what I'm trying to think, because there are like money. Money is a faction good that I'm guessing that the thought process I had here was that at this level of the economy, which is kind of like an anarchist commune, there's going to be no money involved yet, but later on we are going to add money. Like pretty much 90% of this game is going to be rewritten again, so I'm not trying to half-ass anything, but there is some stuff that it's like, yeah, this will work for now. If the county stockpiled goods doesn't contain remnants, then add it. We want always this county improvements. If this county improvement doesn't, county improvements, that's not what I want. County stockpile good doesn't contain remnants, then add it. And so where are we running this thing? I already have forgotten. I'm going to remind myself from last. Add county improvement to all county improvements. That's not going to work. Maybe it does work because we're making a copy of it over here. A new copy after we add this generated thing. I don't know. We did it last time and it seemed to work. There's this whole problem with duplicating resources. That's a huge pain in the ass because of how Godot has resources duplicated. Resources are a Godot thing. They're kind of like scriptable objects in Unity. All right, so I didn't put any way to test this here. Any good way. Where are we going to? I need to go to here. Let's put in here. I feel like I just heard a major echo. I'm down in my basement. I used to be in my upstairs bedroom, but upstairs as in the ground floor. GD print. Remnants added to, you know what I should double check too is that this other shit is working. Okay, remnants added to, I'm going to click these other buttons as well. Okay, remnants added to, I need a $sign over here. County squigs, county improvement data, improvement name. Period. And we'll put an else thing in here just so we don't really need it here, you know, we just need it for the GD prints for our testing. No remnants needed for, and this is a lie. It always needs this. We should never see this. So let's actually change this. Well, we'll put this here. We should never see this. It always needs this. Something has gone wrong when creating the dictionary for. All right. So we should never see this because it should always, if it doesn't contain this, if it already has it. Oh, wait, I guess if it already has it, it's just going to hit this else. So let's change it again. It already has remnants in the county stockpiled goods at, and right now, nothing. It shouldn't hit that right now, but later it will. Let's redo this thing one more time. Then we'll build it, and then we'll still have some coffee left. Man, I thought I could hear like my computer gone, but it's the heater. Oh, we don't need to look at that. I'm autopiloting there. So Fisher's Shed. That was weird. Speed this up until it's built. So then right now, after that, what's going to happen? Let's let it run and see what it does. Look at all these things. So that's only going to happen one time. Man, sometimes when I think about this stuff, I think like, wow, the way I'm doing it, it all should be in a different spot. Like currently, it does it in this kind of strange way. It's not strange, I guess. It's so when the research is finished, it adds all these things to the player's copy, to that player's faction, and it actually is any faction, to each faction's copy. I don't know. Let's search for remnants in here. Start filter. So it thinks that it already has this for all of these in the dictionary, which it shouldn't. It already has remnants in the county stockpile at the Fisher's Shed, all of these things. That's not true, though, because what we could do actually to make this, we could, it already has dollar. We could go here. I don't believe that it does. I think there's something else going wrong here. And then I'm going to just make that so it goes down here. So this should bug out if there's nothing there because it's not in there. And I don't think it is. If it doesn't contain that, how would it get those remnants? Did I already write this last week in it? I'm forgetting and I put it somewhere else? Because those things don't have remnants added to their stockpile dictionary. They should have other things added. So it's saying like a garden has this. So here's our county improvement, input goods. There's one thing in here. It's wood. Is it running this twice? It is. Look at this. It's running this twice. So it's adding them to these things, and then it's hitting it again. Actually, it looks like it's running it multiple times. So this should run... Oh, motherfucker. I think we're not getting a copy still. So these ones, so this should happen bunches of times. Except it shouldn't. Okay. I'm going to try to explain what's going on, what I think is going on. So at the beginning, I'm going to find this thing. It's up at the top somewhere. It adds, add county improvement to all county improvements. So what this is going to do when this is done being researched is it adds this stockpile thing to the county improvement data, but this is a county improvement data that is for so at this point it hasn't been copied. So it hasn't been, the county improvement data is being pulled from like the developers list, we'll call it. We'll call it the developers list. Then it adds it to the factions. So this runs and it adds all of those things because they don't have remnants. And then it adds it to the actual faction stuff. It makes a copy of that, which is, oh man, this is convoluted as fuck. Prefer a try get value call. Check to avoid double lookup. What? All right, we'll change it. Just because you, can you just do it for me? But I don't care. Look, it gave me a different part of that suggestion. Look, it's saying that put the value down here. But then when I accepted it, prefer a try get value call over a dictionary index. Indexer access guarded by contain. Try to avoid. What does that even mean? Can I copy this? I'm still learning, obviously. If you also call in an if clause to guard a value lookup, 2 lookups are performed when only 1 is needed. I see what it's saying. But so I guess the try value thing, what it does. Okay, I think I'm not misunderstanding how the try thing works. So I think what it's saying is it tries this, and then if it's not in there, then it does this one. Or sorry, we have a not in there. So if it's not in there, it does this one. If it's this one, oh, it did change this to value. So I guess I didn't understand that. I thought it was going to try and always output some value, but it's not going to. So now let's save this, and then I was saying I was going to explain how this works. So then it's making a copy, but when is it running this again? It only has 0 remnants, because that's what we want is 0 remnants. So it's obviously running this again for each faction. 1, 2, 3. I thought there was 4 factions. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what it's doing is this is the 4th faction. The first faction it hits this, and then it tries again for each one of these. See, that's kind of dumb. Oh, except the reason why. All right. So at the beginning of the game, we can checkbox what things we want the factions to already have researched, and we will use that to also make it so that there's some randomness to the different factions when they start, because we're going to have, when we're done with this, we'll have like probably 500 or so counties. That's what these things are, and each county will start out just as with an individual faction, and so we want to have some randomness to the research that factions have. So we'll use these like check boxes to adjust that. I think right now how it is it just affects all of them. Wonder if we should try to fuck with that sooner than later. Doesn't matter, we'll deal with it later. Anyways, so what's happening is this thing is the first one, it hits this, and so basically, long story short, we need this to go over this multiple times, because right now everyone's getting the same stuff, but later it won't. So that actually is going to work, I think. So we now have remnants on there, and so then we need to go back to this checkbox, and we need to make sure, let's checkbox this thing and see what kind, oh, we didn't build it. Let's construct this thing, and then we'll checkbox it. We should probably get errors. All right, it's done being built, and then we're going to go use remnants because I haven't written the code for this. Okay, so that is working. I couldn't remember if I made that actually do anything. So that is set to do something, and then we should bug out in the morning. Okay, we did not bug out. I don't think, though, that we actually have... There's a lot of stuff. Create research list, faction, start of day. Well, let's look how the Hall Master's stockpiling shit, because that's what we need to do. Look at all these things we got here. Gather stockpile goods. If its status is producing, I wish we could have this up above. Oh no, we're setting the status to be producing. Then for each one of these, each one of the unique goods, which I'm hoping are being copied correctly. We're doing a little bit of math, and we're adding all of these GD prints for testing. So we have maximum desired. So this is where things are going to get a little weird. So first things first. How are you? Let's see. First things first, we're going to have to at here. We need to have a for each before we do this. We could do it here. We need to, basically what we need to do is we need to know how many use remnant checkboxes have been checked by the player before we do anything. We could hit it here and be like, okay, stockpile some of them, but it's going to be checked. So we can say stockpile 10, right? We're going to use 10 as an example. But then the next one will come and it'll be like, we only need 10. So what we need to do is know how many the player has checked to use remnants, and then we need it to copy or to use that as a... so it would say, well, we actually need 20 stockpile goods. The other thing we could do... I'm not explaining that very well at all. So we can do it where we say, okay, there's 3 and we need 3 stockpiled, or we can keep the count here. We could put the count right here. We could count them all and multiply, or we can keep track right in here. We could say, we can do an int number of remnants needed. But so what happens if there's remnants in there already as a requirement? So if there's a number of remnants already needed, we can't be counting if the actual thing starts out needing remnants. Yes, we could. We could use that in the same... So we would have to go a loop to check if that's a starting thing. Then we would loop through them again, looking for the use remnants checkbox. So maybe that's what we have to do. Let's write a method for this real quick. We'll put it up here, I guess, because this is kind of long and I want it near this area. So let's call this a private static void. We might change this to return an int. number of remnants needed. Number of remnants. We're going to have this return an int. Number of remnants used for input goods. We're going to do a thing up here. This includes if the county improvement already just has a remnants as a good. Hopefully I'll understand what that means later. And then we'll do, I'll just type it. Get number of remnants needed as input goods. See, I love the long things. What's this void doing here? Get out of here. Oh, I replaced static with static int. And then we're going to return some number. Equals 0. And then we're going to return this. And then we're going to go equals. We're going to baby step this shit too. That. Okay, so first thing we got to do is we got to go through the unique input goods. And actually, it's this whole thing we can copy. What if it's 0? I guess it can't be 0. We don't know what this is, so we're going to have to pass in this thing. Really? I guess, yeah, that's fine. Who cares, right? I don't know why. Sometimes I don't want to do that. All right, then we'll, for each one of these in there, no, we don't want to count that. For each one of the, I mean, we do want to do that, but not right there. If unique, we really call that unique? We didn't call it key value pair? All right. Key dot, we're not checking that yet. We are going to have to check that, but later. If the key, what is this, a county good type? I can't remember what's here. Usually I put these right here. Yeah, I guess it's a, hey, Stinklewinks, how's it going? How's life in the fast lane, as I always say. And then everyone says, I don't live in the, no one's in the fast lane these days. That's what my parents always would say to me, how's life in the fast lane? Okay. If this is, then we do that. That's where, the fast lane is where you found your drugs. Yeah. Telling you, no one lives in the fast lane anymore. You know, I'm always joking about the live fast, die young thing, but I kind of not joking, you know. They revoked your fast lane pass. And yeah, they definitely revoked mine like 10 years ago. I always imagined that when I bought a house, I'd have like cool house parties and shit. The minute I got a house, I was like, no parties here. Okay, so this, I want this thing. That's how I feel too, especially because of all my years of drinking. I've mentioned this before, that some words I can't think of anymore. Like they're everyday words that I just can't, my brain can't find anymore. And one of my friends recently pointed it out, like, you got to stop saying thing, because I don't know what you're talking about. Because I can't think of the word, so I say thing instead. But it's not descriptive enough. Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, the blinker on, I think, is part of the problem that I'm having. So this is going to count if any of these are here. And I want to, like I said, baby step this shit before we do the next thing. So we'll just do, I'll put a $sign here. Good, we'll do like basically the same, kind of the same thing we did. County improvement, uh, improvement name has remnants in its unique input goods. But what we're going to do before we got to move this up is what we need. This needs to be here. And so we're going to run this, and we should not see this. It's bad though. This is the main story that I knew I was having troubles finding the words, right? And I'm blaming it on the 20 years of alcoholism, but maybe it's always been the case, and I just never noticed, or I was too vain or prideful or something. But I was playing D&D. I was the DM, and I couldn't think of the word of what these people found in like a barn. You know, the players went into a barn, and I was like, yeah, there's some bales of hay, there's some horses, whatever. And then there's this, and I couldn't think of the word. Like, I knew I can picture, but that my brain wouldn't find the word. So I was describing it to him. I'm like, it's got like prongs, and it's got like a handle that's long. And they're like, a trident? And I was like, no, it has more prongs. Yeah, it was a pitchfork. And I couldn't remember it's not that I couldn't remember it. It was there, buried in the garbage. And it was a pitchfork. And that's when I was like, oh my God, there's something wrong with my brain if I can't connect with the word pitchfork. Yeah, it could just be getting old, but I don't know. It sucks. I want some nanotechnology that you just inject into yourself and then you de-age to 25. I keep waiting for that to be released, and it's not happening. All right, what we're going to do here is we just want to make sure we don't see this. We should not see this. And we'll search for it. We'll put remnants after we've built this. The Limitless? Oh, yeah. Was there, I only watched the movie. Is there any side effects to the Limitless? Remnants. Okay, so remnant is in this thing, and it's not showing up, so that's good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a remnant to this Fisher shed, to the input goods. So we're going to say we need, whoops, not null. We're going to put remnants over here. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for goods. So we need to drag over this thing, and we'll put, see, I wonder what happens if we leave a value of 0 in there. I bet you shit breaks. Gab, how's it going? The government comes after you. That's the side effect. But there's no like when it wears off, like your brain's more damaged. I remember the part that I remember from the movie was him looking up the blood so he could get the power, which I always thought was ridiculous. Because man, the little amount of the drug that would be in there. Okay, so this has been completed. I think we need to let one more day go by. So let's see if we're not seeing this thing. It already has 0 remnants. Did I not do this right? Let's look at the input goods. Oh, it's not there. I didn't do it right, I don't think. This is the county improvement. Oh, I did it on the garden. You would assume there would be some sort of withdrawal. But it doesn't, it only affects your brain, right? In Limitless, or does it affect your body too? Like you're like a Superman. So I accidentally put this on garden, and we didn't build the garden. I thought I was on Fisher's shed. Let's build the garden then, I guess, right? If we can. That should test things. Oh, okay. I was about to say we might have garden set up to be really expensive for construction time. All right, so we should now. Okay, input. Improvement garden has remnants in its input in its unique input. Because why are we seeing that twice though? Let's look at garden. Oh wait, if you can with normal parameters like you like I don't. I guess I don't remember that movie that well. This was years ago. Didn't they make a TV show out of that? I thought it just like boosted your IQ or something. Um, there's this comic. I think it's called Filth. I don't know if I should look it up. It's not porn. I think it's called Filth. Comic book. This might be a bad idea. Okay. I was like, um, so I think it's this comic book called Filth. The Filth. Um, maybe it's not. Because none of I'm glancing over this description here, and none of this looks. It has like this black goo in it, kind of like from Alien, the new Alien stuff. Uh, anyways, there's a character in it who has like precog, and he's able to see the future in all of the different options. You know, like I haven't seen the MCU thing where Iron Man or whoever would, because I don't know what the plot is, can see all the possible futures. But this guy can see all the possible futures, so he can actually like see all the possible futures of what he says too. So like they capture the guy and they're like, don't leave him alone with anyone because he'll say the exact thing to get them to talk them out of like letting him go, to talk him into letting him go and whatnot. It's the whole concept. But I like that the so back it's this is connecting this to the limitless thing. That's like a true limitless power because he can see every possible thing. And so like also he can see like if you know he ducks, like if you're trying to shoot him and if he ducks, oh he dies. Okay, then he goes over here and then Lord Mac, how's it going? Spartacus Hughes, was that one of the character's name? that is a hell of a name. So why are we seeing this twice? So did I put this in here right? We're seeing it twice because it's going through. Okay, the point of this was to have this up here, though, I think. I think if we do this up here, yeah, we can do it up here, so this loop doesn't happen again and again and again down here. So let's give that a shot here. Yeah, if that filth comic book, if it's the one I'm thinking of, is filled with sex though. So you got if you go check it out, be expecting to see lots of sex because the guy uses that power for what you would think. It's pretty much porn. It's got, if I remember correctly, it's a good story though too. It's like porn with superheroes. Look, nobody's idle. Everybody's working. Oh shit! It's the garden though. I accidentally put on the garden. We gotta construct the. No, that's not the garden. Right, right, exactly. The stories. I swear. I mean, I couldn't turn the pages because my hands are busy, but you know. All right. Oh, look, I did the math. I forgot about that. Okay, so we have, oh, and the use remnants button isn't on here, which is great because that is a remnant. Now, has remnants in its unique input goods. That's not what, well, I mean, that is one thing, but we need, oh, that's what I typed in there. Okay. Can't, can't fault myself for, or fault the thing for showing what we wanted. So now we know that that check is working. I guess I could have put number of remnants. Then we need to do another one, though. Actually, we don't need to do another one. We can put it in here. So if unique input good dot key, whoops, yeah, you fixed it. Use remnants is equal, we don't actually need to put is equal to true. Then we put that, we add a 1 in there, and then we'll put, well, I won't be saying the same thing here. GD print. Yeah, Grant Morrison and what was the other guy who made that? The Filth. Grant Morrison, yeah. He's into some crazy shit. He did the Invisibles. The Invisibles is some good shit. So the Invisibles is really good. It has this one. There's one just out of the blue. So it's like a superhero comic, but they're like revolutionaries who were into opening people's minds via drug abuse. So if you're into that type of shit. Anyways, the Visible is really good. But so it's like these revolutionaries are going around like trying to help humanity. They're like superheroes, but they're like also, you know, hyper violent superheroes. So they're kind of like villains as well. But anyways, they go and they yeah, they're comic books. If you have a chance, it's crazy as fuck. But and I'm gonna ruin one of the issues right now. So there's this one thing where like to save the world, they got to go in and like raid this secure facility, and they go in and they like blow away all the security guards, and they go in and they save the security, or they save the world or whatever. And then the next issue is just this comic of this guy going through his life, and like he's got like an average mediocre life, and he's just like getting ready for work and shit. And then he goes to work, and he's one of the security guards that they killed. So he goes to work, and he like, you know, he's just going about his day. Then these guys come bursting in and blow him away, and you're just like, wait, what? So it's like from the point of view of one of the, in a superhero thing, where it's just like from the point of view of a normal person. No, and I was shocked. I couldn't believe it when I read it. I was like, oh, it makes you feel so bad for these people that are, you know, in comics, they're just disposable humans. Anyways, I'm ruining comics for people. That's, there we go. Now you don't have to read it. It's just only one. It's very crazy, though. All right, here we go. So if it has the unique key, says use remnants is true, then we add it on there as well, and we're also going to put this in here. Improvement name. Has use remnants checked by the player. So we only should see that if it's checked. Yeah, I haven't read it. You know, I'm having some construction at my house, and I moved my comics from one room to the other. You know, I just picked them up in their box and moved them, and I was like, man, I should look through these again. because I haven't looked at comics in years and years and years. One of my friends told me to reread some episode of X-Men, and I was like, "Oh, I have that episode. I remember, or that episode, that an issue of X-Men." And I was like, "I'm gonna go reread that right now." And I pulled it out, and I couldn't believe how shitty the art was. The art was fucking god awful. And I was like, I don't remember this." Everything was like kind of off printed too. Like, I was like, I don't remember this X-Men being so crappy. I loved the X-Men. All right, we're doing the garden again. Doing the garden. And then, so we're going to have the garden built. And then after the garden's built, we'll see if that thing shows. So there's the first one. It has remnants in there. And then the next thing we're going to do, is which we can do right now, we're going to check use remnants on here. So now we should get, the next day, we should get 2 lines of code right here, or 2 prints. It's weird that I did that first, though. No, it isn't weird that I did that first, because the first one is wood, and it hits this one, and then the second one is remnants, and it hit this one. That's exactly what we wanted. Something has worked out. Let's see. So there we go. We have that working. We have a number now that it's returning. So we're going to return this number, which I should probably have put at the end here. GD print. County and... Oh, we don't have that info. Yes, we do. $. Right? On the first try, we're going to be in... Whoops, I got the $sign in the wrong spot. It's a trick. Improvement name. Every time that happens later down the road, I find some major issue with my code. I'm like, wait, I'm not taking into account something. Has number in its unique input goods. Unique input gods. I was thinking when I was moving my comics too, that when I was a kid, I thought they were going to be valuable, for money at some point. It's just no. It's not, no. Nope, not valuable. All right, so let's see. We have that here. Why did I not save this shit? No, it's saved. And this should, oh, maybe not enough time has passed. Click the wrong button here. Oh, it doesn't have the word remnant in it, which is a bummer. It has unique. Has 1 unique input, so that's right. Currently, we're going to change that right now. So it has 1, and then we're going to change that. We're going to check this box and click this. We're going to hit this. Let a day pass. And it should say 2. Okay, so now we have 2. So now we know that this number is what we got here. Joker, how's it going? Hopefully not 42, though that is, the meaning of the universe. Let's see. This includes if the county improvement. All right, so we have this number. So the thing that I'm thinking here is what we need to do is we need to multiply for if this key value pair is, but what if it is 0? It can't be 0. So we need to, like right here, multiply the amount of stockpiled remnants depending on the number of unique input goods that are using remnants. So what we would do here is if I feel like I'm double working here. I'm making these things do the same thing twice. But like I'm doing the same exact thing up here. Except this time, I guess we'll do this and then we'll try to extraction time? What's extraction time? Try? Is that what I ended up doing? No, I need equals. Pull out a function instead of oh, yeah. No, extract the code out of it. Yes, I like that idea. I don't know if I can right yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to double my work is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write this, and then maybe we can combine this into one thing. So if this county good is a remnant, we need to multiply it by this number of remnants number that we have here. We need this minimum stockpile. Can we do, this is what we need to do. Minimum stockpile, whoa, I didn't copy it. Minimum stockpile equals minimum stockpile times number, what is this? And then, which are, oh, we don't have the one of those. And then same with maximum equals times number. And then, so we'll have this number that's already good, but if that equals that, but then we also need to do another check. So I guess these are somewhat different. Unique input goods key dot use remnants is equal to true. Then we need this as well. What are these little things here? Is it telling me to do this better? It's like, just do the multiply, you son of a bitch. How's your tutorials going, Joker? I was looking at one the other day. I forget what it was. I was saying this earlier that I've had all this free time lately after work and stuff, and I've just been playing video games, but I also have been kind of getting a little bit bored, and it dawned on me that I haven't programmed in like a month after work. And that's why I have free time, is because I used to just jump in and start programming. So I need to get back to that. There's actually a game that I was working on, and I just kind of stopped for no apparent reason. Is this going to work? So what it's doing is we count all the number of remnants that are in the list so that we can stockpile more. I think this is right. I think it is. We'll run this one time. And I'm going to take a break after we do this. County improvement. For some reason, we're doing garden this time. So we have remnants and money. And there's checkbox for use money? That doesn't work. That's busted. Okay, well, for our test, it will work, I guess. Money can't be used remnants. Let's put a note in for that, because otherwise I'm going to forget. Money has use remnants. That's a bug. That would be a bug. It also is a faction level. Come on. Convert. Move to top. We already did that. So what we want to make sure here. So that's going to be 1. So that's correct. Oh, I didn't see that one. I should look at it. I'm going to do a top 10 games I streamed in 2024 video, which I actually really need to start working on. Like it doesn't take that much work, except for picking the games is kind of a couple hours to make sure that my memory, because my shitty memory once again, is correct. All right, so then we're gonna click this. Wait, where'd that money go? Wait. It's wood and remnants. Where was that money? Where did I see that money? Maybe that was for the cost. Okay, I was wondering where that money came from. This is just delete it. I will double check that that money was. Yeah. What do you? Did you have you gotten any responses, or you haven't made the video yet? Yeah. What do we want to see in 2025? It's an easy topic to pick then, right? Goes live later. Did I check this? I didn't. All right, so now we should get 2. I know that we already got that 2 there. But we need to look at what it's stockpiled, or what it's trying to stockpile. This is the garden. What? That seems like a very high number. So we have 1,000 times 2 because we want doubled, and then times 2, which is 4,000. So this is working. So they're going to stockpile a lot of remnants because, okay, so the reason why, oh, it doesn't work though. Fuck. Yeah, it doesn't work because this remnants is 10 and this one's 100 or 1,000, I mean. So it's multiplying this by this. We need to multiply it by the number. All right, we'll figure that out. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me stop my music you guys can't hear. And let me put in my break timer. And I will be right back. All right, I'm back. And everything we wrote was trash. It's all trash. Let's turn off this break timer. And let's start the music that you guys can't hear. And okay. Yes, everything I wrote is trash. 1 hour wasted. It's okay. It's something. All right, so what we need to do, we can use it in this for loop. I was thinking outside. I think we just need to have another number that's this number, but we'll make this 0 to start with, and then we'll comment this thing out. So what it needs to do is if this stuff needs to go. Maybe this is a better way to do it anyways. So if, then we're going to go number, it needs to do the math basically. We need to have the minimum and maximum stockpile. Oh, we need another, we need like a, we need 2 of these. Min number, and then we're going to need a max number. Let's copy this and just rename this. All right, so we have the min number that is going to be this minimum stockpile amount. Is that right? I think it is. Plus equals this minimum, whoops. So it would start at 0, and we would get this minimum stockpile amount, and then we're going to need this also here. And whoa, get this shit out of here. This is going to be plus equals maximum number. Nope, no, yeah, maximum stockpile amount. And then this is going to be the same well, wait, if this is the same thing, we can just do or. We can just do an or right here, right? I need this shit. We can get this out of here. So I think what will happen now, see that, look how much, the fuck. This is so much better. Hopefully it works. Add the amount of stockpiled remnants depending on the number of unique input goods that are using remnants. So what it's going to do is if it is a remnant, it adds it to the stockpile. But if there's just one, it's only going to, it's going to be 0. Oh, wait, this doesn't do anything. I mean, we're getting this, but we need to have this. That gives us some number, but we need to check against that number for the stockpile. So maybe we need to what are we doing at the bottom of this thing? So that does matter. See, so we need to check against this number again. So can we add this number to our minimum? We can. Is this going to work right? So what I'm thinking, so we need to have that number adding on. We basically need to assign this back to minimum, but we need to keep track of this number, and then we need to assign it back to this number. Why is this so difficult for me? And we need to keep track of this number outside of this for loop. So then can we just go minimum stockpile amount equals minimum number of goods, and then maximum stockpile amount equals maximum. I feel like I'm doing something strange here. This is going to get reset the next time it goes through, which is what we want. And this is a number that is going to be, I think that's right now. Oh no. Some days it's the path, the logic path, it's just not what my brain wants to follow. All right, that's a terrible color. County improvements. We're doing gardens for some reason. Oh, let's keep an eye out for money. Okay, so the money is the construction cost, which makes sense. This is under, so we need to fix that though. We just need to change this. Has used remnants in construction cost. So that is a problem, but it's just in a different spot. And then garden has been completed. I think something is wrong here. Where's that at? I think something is wrong here. Check if improvement type needs workers. Check for any work. Let's see if it looks like there's something wrong. Everyone's scavenging. Oh, is this one that we get the everyone's scavenging issue? I think, yes, maybe we are getting this I thought I fixed it. Yeah, the population's all scavenging. They don't like this building. Except that this building probably should be on, we need 10 remnants currently. Oh, we don't have enough wood for it. We'll never get enough wood, so no one's working there. I think this should probably say not enough or low stockpiled goods, or what does this thing check? I think this just checks to make sure it's like the right, yeah. So this is going to be its low stockpile goods or its storage or something. Let's go back to this. Like convoluted ass code here. Looks or the improvement is storage or research. Okay. So we have a problem with this garden as the test. They're never going to have enough stockpile goods, but actually for our test, I don't think it matters because it's supposed to. Okay, so we have one thing that it wants, and that is 10 remnants. But I noticed up here it says 2,000. Okay, so that's for wood. It has 2,000 wood it wants. And then it wants 20 stockpiled. Wood, which is right, because that's double. And then this is double for the wood. So that's right at that point. But now let's go check this box. And then let's let it run. It doesn't have enough other things. Okay, so now it wants 2020. And that's right. So it did it right this time. So it wants double the number of wood because they're 1-to-1 exchange rate. So it wants the 2,000 wood and the 20 things. So that worked. So that this time with that much less code, that actually worked. And then we also fixed this GD print that was freaking me out there. Did I see a bunch of spaces? No. So that has, we now are stockpiling the right amount of remnants, which was like a big problem we were gonna, I had a feeling. Have all stockpiles allow remnant. Have all, what? Make sure to check the dictionary. We already did this. That was that try thing that we did earlier. Get out of here. I said get out of here. If a county improvement has multiple goods that can be replaced by remnants, then the gathering of stockpiles needs to multiply the number. Okay, we fixed that. That's what we just did. And it needs to stockpile only the ones that have been checked. Yep. I didn't test if we took it off. So there is no way to clear the stockpile right now. But that is, I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Clear stockpile goods. I'm going to edit this actually. By player. And I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to have another one. Reduce. Clear stockpiled goods by AI. By population or by county AI, and we're gonna add another one. Clear stockpile goods, clear stockpiled goods by faction AI. So the county AI, I'm gonna put a little note in here because I'm already like, why are these different? What we're gonna want to do here is we're gonna say we want. If the county improvements has a ton of stockpiled goods, it should return some of them to the county stockpile. Update comments, convert to an issue. And this is for the next round. We're not going to work on this anytime soon. If the faction AI sees that a county improvement is stockpiling too many goods, it needs to clear some, needs to return some of them to the county stockpile. I think we'll have 2 checks is what's going on here. Basically. I like to have the issues as tiny little chunks as possible. Because then I feel more satisfaction when I close them. That's it. That's the whole reason. All right, this is what we wrote earlier, and it turns out this is trash, so we can get rid of it. Which was great to have written that and then delete it 5 minutes later. I don't need this. I need to go back to my list over here. This is what we just did. And that's done. Money has used remnants. So let's fix this. Let's figure out what's going on there. So for construction goods, that's probably somewhere. That's under the... We actually might need it for that. That's going to be under the panel. This one. The panel, look at this big gap right here. Update construction costs. There's a thing in here in one of these. Check for construction resources. That's a different thing. Check for hide use remnants. Look at all this crap. Should hide if its status is to all of these things. Right now, we're not using... We're not allowing construction to be done with remnants. So that, I think what we can just do is under construction. And I know that we do have it on the list. It's literally right here. Where we do want to possibly change it. I think we do. I'm pretty sure we do want to allow remnants to be used for construction, because that's like you're building in some old apartment or something that you found, some empty office building, some whatever. Like I said, the goal is to have it so that the remnants are yeah, so we'll just turn that off for now. Yeah. So that's good. That's fixed that problem for now. But we have this. The answer is yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, comma. We do want use remnants for construction. Comment. But that's the next round. We're going to move on to other things very soon. When we get to this next round thing on here, that's when we move to research, I guess. Oh, yeah. Man, the other thing I noticed, I went through this a little bit before I started streaming multiplayer. I gotta figure that out. It's an important part, and we're probably gonna have to change a bunch of stuff after saving and loading, I guess. I'm like, my feet are on my cord now. I'm bumping into my goddamn desk. This is done. Ability to remove an county improvement. So, oh motherfucker. So the idea that I had here was that you would get back half your resources that you used for construction. And the reason why I said motherfucker was that let's say it's partially... Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter. We don't have the use remnants thing. We'll basically have to keep track of the construction costs or what they used. If they used remnants, we'll have to keep track of that. But right now, we can just divide the construction cost by 2. Should they get money returned to them? Or just resources? I don't know. So let's do this first, though. And that is, this button doesn't do anything. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get a confirmation panel on here, because it's pretty important for if they're removing and they're only going to get half their resources. I think we are going to need to keep like a dictionary or something if they used remnants for partially, because like imagine if they use wood. This one has remnants for construction goods, but let's go to one that doesn't. Well, you don't have any construction goods there. Well, use your imagination then. Imagine that there's 1,000 wood for being built, but then they use remnants for half of it. We need to keep a dictionary of what was used for construction. Before, I was just going to divide by the construction cost, but we can't do that if they changed and used remnants for partial. So we'll put a note in there that that's what we need to do later. But we're going to do that in the next round, because we don't even have used construction or used remnants for construction right now. So the first thing we got to do is go back to our panel here, and this is going to be under the county improvement control. we have a build confirmation. How did that look? How did I would have this feeling I don't like this. Yeah, what was the deal with this? I can't remember what the deal was. I have another confirmation button somewhere. I think it's over here that I wrote. Yeah, so I like this one better. This one you have more control over than the built-in. There's a built-in confirmation panel, which is what this one is, and I was testing them out, and I decided I like the other one better. So here is this one. We can copy this, I think, and we'll shove it in here. Where's this one? Wonder why you're inside that thing. Yeah, wonder why you're inside that one. Remove county improvements confirmation panel. Then what we'll do is, oh, it's already open. We'll change this title and we'll just say remove county improvements. And we'll just to make sure that this works. Then we're going to link this with a signal. The problem being, it's not really a big problem, but we're going to, the things are actually going to be instantiated here. And so if it's instantiated, we're going to have to link these a different way. We'll probably do a custom signal. We are going to need a custom signal, which actually I used to be scared of. I'm not scared of that much anymore. Still a little bit. Where are these things? It's this guy here. We're going to have to also fix the, whatchamacallit, the localization while we're doing this. Man, I saw that way. I got to do tooltips. I keep kicking it down the road. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal when we get to that point where we start doing tooltips. I should have done them as I went along, but it's going to be painful. We're going to need like people to tell me which ones I've missed. Set use. Oh, I think I tried that. I think I fixed that or went to fix this, and it can't be static, so I need to add a thing for it. But we'll get back to that. Look at this. I for a minute I was trying to stop using private there, and I decided I didn't like that later. So we're gonna have a private void remove improvements button pressed on, what is it, a signal called? Oh, except the signal's not going to be, the signal's not going to actually work this way. Oh, wait. No, we can. Pressed. Remove improvement button pressed. And what we'll need is in this other scene, in our main scene here, we're going to need an, whatever reference to, the fuck is this thing? Right here in this control. That's not what I want. Map editor, what? Get out of here. This can get the hell out of here too. Game start, you can leave too. You can leave too. Recruit hero button. We don't need that. We probably also should pass over the county improvement that we're actually destroying because that's important. So let's go. Where's my control? Where's my thing that I need? I need. I guess I don't have it open. I feel like I should at this point. There it is. So we're going to need build confirmation dialog. We're going to need another, what is that thing, a panel? What is it? What is this thing? Oh, there's probably a wrong script on it too. We're going to need a script on here. Yeah, we have the wrong script on here because I copied and pasted it. We're going to need to add new script. We're going to put it UI scenes, I guess? No. UI scripts UI. Oh, I gotta create a new one here. I was trying to do it in a different way than I usually do it. Scripts UI. And it's going to be called remove county improvements. What is this thing though? Confirmation. I think it's a panel container. Yeah, it is. Panel container. Yeah, don't stress on it that this is a massive thing we got there. This isn't going to do us any good. Did you do it? Did you create it? Look at how long that thing is. It makes me happy for. What the fuck is this? It defaulted to GD script. Let's copy this. God damn, dude. You know, it's like a slow click, usually. All right, delete out of here. Great new script. Yeah, it's for some reason it's defaulting to. So I fucked with some stuff, and I actually haven't created a script in forever. I got all my scripts these days. That's why nothing happened. I guess still nothing's happening. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Look how long that is. It's amazing. Panel container. Not a panel container. Too long? You think it's too long? It's never long enough. it's beautiful. So what we need in here, first we need a namespace. Namespace, player space. Second, what we need in here is county improvement data. Yeah, we do. I was thinking maybe we didn't. We also need, no, we don't. A public, maybe we do. County improvement data. And then this is, county improvement data, removing county, I don't like the name of this, improvements data. All right, that's all we need for this first second here. Then we need this thing, this control, wherever it is. This is where we need this other thing. Does it need to be public? Yes. What did I just call that long ass thing? Not that. Remove. Look at that. Remove. It doesn't even want to put that. County improvements. So we're going to have that. And we're going to show it. But we're going to do that from this other spot, which is the other spot being not this, this. We're going to go county improvements, stop. No, it was right there. County improvements, control dot instance dot, and we're going to show it. And then we're going to go back to here, and we're going to set a signal on this thing. And we're going to go rest, go to source. Okay, not go to source. It's right here. We're going to pick it. Oh, we didn't build it. Let's do a quick save there while I'm doing things. I was patiently waiting. And we're going to save that. All right, then we're going to test this by just going to here, building something, and then pushing that button and make sure that it... Oh, it's not going to work, though. We're going to drag over this thing into here. Need to save that. Now it should work. See Discord. It's too long. I'm going to show this over here. It's like, yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. He has an extra wide monitor. You know, I was actually talking about you, Joker, at work the other day, if you can believe that. On my day job, someone had just gotten a curved monitor, and they were having troubles with it. Extra wide curved monitor. And I was like, oh, my friend has one of those. And then they told me, though, that it was only 27 inches. And I was like, oh, well, my friend's is 150 inches. Sounds like what's going on here? Invalid cast. What are we casting? Oh, yeah. That would be an invalid cast. Look, we're going to make it even longer. Where are you? Go over here. Oh, you're not going to do it for me? This. What did I do that? Come here. Unable to count. Yeah, but where? 51. 51. No. No. Where did I use that thing? So here, I know I typed county or panel container somewhere where it's not supposed to be. This is a panel container. It's been a long time since I've... where did I make that? I dragged and dropped that thing in. I thought I named it right, though. This is in the county improvement control. There's a button. Where was the other spot where I dragged and dropped that? People like to talk about you, hopefully in a good way, right? Hopefully in a good way. That is shit talking you behind your back. You know what I was showing them? I was showing them how to do the bounce. Oh, this monitor doesn't have it. The bounce off the top, so you get the options to move, like split it in half or the thirds or whatever. Is this not a panel container? Maybe this isn't a panel container. Looks like a panel container. It's been so long since I've created a script, and I don't even know. This is right. Is everything saved? Look how long that thing is. It wouldn't have let me drag it over there if it wasn't. Unable to cast object of type 2. Wonder if it's too long. Godot panel container. So where else did I use that? I had that button, but the button doesn't... It could be the button, actually. No, I didn't even get to the chance to push the button. Where the hell did that button go? We don't need these good datas and stuff right here. Oh, we might, actually, in a minute. Remove. We're going to use this eventually. But I don't know if that's a good idea. How could it already 14? Should be like 1. But we need the panel container one. My brain just suddenly stopped working. Recruit hero is not what we're doing. We're doing where the hell is that button, that script that I just had? I put that in this thing. And this thing, instance. Let's go to this instance. That's that. I think it's got to be one of these things, because it croaked immediately. Yeah, let's run it again. I think it's is it not a panel container? Did I link the right script? Yeah, that's when it runs immediately. So it's something with, is that not a panel container? No, it is. Sorry, this is a panel container. It's got the... It doesn't have a script attached to it, though. It should. Can I drag you over here? Maybe that was the problem. There's no panel thing attached. That's probably what it was. I don't know. My brain is suddenly not working. Yeah, that was it. Working very well. That should be like this simple as shit. We're gonna use Fisher's Shed because we were using Garden before. We're gonna let shit run until it says down here that it's done being built. Time is going slow. And here, we just wanted to get that pop-up. And that's what we wanted. All that testing. Look, the yes is over on the right, and the yes was on the left on the other one. Yeah, I have this one of my coworkers has 2 jobs, 2 work-provided computers that they want to use, like their monitors set up on both of them. So they have like one of those KMS switches where they like switch the monitors, and they were having all these issues on these ancient monitors they had. So they bought one of these larger curved ones to make their life easier. But I think they weren't expecting the learning curve. And like I said, she said it was only 27 inch, which is surprising because that's only like this big. That's like in a curved one. But yeah, it was throwing chaos into her life. So we got that pop-up to work. Now I'm back on it, I hope. So we need to pass this over. And we can do that when this button is pressed. Am I in the right thing? I think I am. I am not. remove improvement button. I didn't know that I had so many of those, but there we go. And then we go county improvement data. I want a capital one. County improvements control instance. Remove. Look at this container dot. Removing equals. Look at that. Look at that line. Equals something here. This county improvement data. County improvement data. And then once this has been pressed, this thing's going to open up and we're going to go back to did I just keep closing this thing? No, it's right here. And then we're going to set the text in here. So this is now set here. We need to put in a public. No, this can be private. Private. What did we call this thing? Title, label. So private label, title, label. And then on privates, on oh, we got to change that. Remove count T improvements on visibility changed. And this is going to be void, I think. If visible is equal, no, we don't need a true there. Then we just go title label dot text equals. We got to fire up this puppy. This puppy. I was gonna just throw something temporary, but you know what? We'll just do it. We need to add a phrase in. Phrase. Let's pop this wider. Let's open this up, if you know what I mean. Phrase. Are you... How was I doing these phrases? Was I typing the whole thing in here? It looks like I was. Okay. Are you sure? Are you sure you... let's just do it. Let's make it easier. Remove improvements. Well, how did I already have that? I already have that phrase, it seems like, because it filled that in. Oh, I do. We don't need to add this in. Just delete. Because I used it's the button's name. And this is probably going to be busted now. That's what it does when you open it up. Where's my localization here? That's not localization. It's not busted. So what we'll do then, I feel like I suddenly can't remember how a bunch of this crap works, even though I've done it 100 times. But we're going to say phrase or phrase remove improvements. And then we're going to put a colon and we're going to go removing. We're going to go, wait, the squigs goes there. Then we're going to do a colon and then we're going to do another squigs and we're going to go title label. Nope, no, we're not. removing county improvements, improvement name. So at my day job, what are you grayed out for? I had to delete this large amount of data, and when you click delete on it, it says, "Are you sure?" It said, "Are you sure you want to delete this data?" And there was a list of data, right? List of different databases, and I would select one of them, and I would hit delete, and it would say, "Are you sure you want to delete this data?" instead of the name of the database. And it blew my mind that their confirmation was fucking useless because it doesn't say the name of the database. Like, why would you have a confirmation that doesn't have the name? Because it's like saying, "Are you this data?" Well, what data are you talking about? And I was like, this is like some basic shit. And it dawned on me, it probably was a pain for for them to grab the name of the database. So they just went, who cares? It's this data. And so we're not doing that. We're putting the name of our improvement that you're deleting because it's important to know that we're going to link this thing here. I'm not sure why this is grayed out though, because it's 0 references, but it doesn't know. Does it know? Oh, we need to build this. That signal's linked to it. Oh, look, it has a different. This is because of the other one. Disconnect, because we copied it over. We're going to connect this to. Okay, so now we have a signal linked. I don't think it knows. Is unused. It isn't though. We have to build it again. I feel like I would have a bunch of those things grayed out if that was the case though. Remove county improvement confirmation panel on visibility change. We don't have any other signals there. And then we'll run this and we'll see what we get here. We're getting some debug issues, but we're just going to ignore them like always. Like always. Gonna build it. We probably need a way to make it so that there's stuff pre-built in the game, so for testing like this, especially later on. No, it didn't work. Oh, we got a bug. Oh, I never dragged over the, I didn't put an export on it either. We need export here. Then we need to bring this over. Hopefully. Yeah, we need to have the ability for the things to be pre-built, and maybe that will also talking earlier when I was talking about the research, random research that's been finished by each faction. We can have a few things randomly built. Okay, we got that. Oh, this is no longer grayed out. Let's see what our error is here. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Did I not just bring it over here? Maybe this isn't assigned yet. Because when we click that, and I think I vaguely remember that we needed to call defer on some of these in the past on visibility. If visible equals true, let's turn this into a quick method. Private void generate confirmation text. I don't know, sure. We'll cut this, we'll put it here, we'll cut that, and then we'll say call deferred name of generate confirmation text. I think it's that, just from my past experiences of on visibility change, it's just too fast. It happens too fast. But I could be wrong. Especially because like my brain suddenly just stopped working. Like halfway through this stream and it just broke. It was just like, nah, I'm done. We could do this one. Hey, look at that. It immediately has remove. That worked, but why aren't you translated? Because we need this. We need this. Yeah, I guess having that remove thing. Oh, man. Oh. We are going to need it. So nothing's been built yet. So that thing I was talking about earlier where I said, oh, we're going to have to keep track of how much construction has been built. Right here, nothing's been built. So we would have to, they don't get any of this stuff back. So we do need, okay, so we're going to have to keep track of how much stuff has been spent on construction. Construction's a one-time fee, though. You get charged for it already. It's an upfront fee. So they've already been charged at this point. The player has already been charged. So we don't need to do that. That's the problem with changing the use construction remnants, use remnants. Is that the it's an upfront fee. Input goods are goods that are charged every day, every morning. Construction goods, you got to have all of the construction goods before you can start construction. So, I just think I saw another problem we're going to have. Yeah, we're going to have to make it so that you can't press this close button. All right, let me put some notes in here. This will have to, the use remnants button would need to be in the possible building list because remnants, because construction is an upfront fee. So let's put this comment in. And then let's add in, make sure the player has to answer the confirmation, the remove improvements confirmation question. Instead, and not be able to close the county improvements control. We're going to work on this very soon, but I want to make sure that I don't forget. And like I said, it also sense of accomplishment. It's nice to have a sense of accomplishment when you're working on stuff, but we're doing this. We're going to get to this. All right, that's going to be last. We are really now, I know I say this every goddamn stream, but we're getting close. We're getting very close. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, though. I am going to take a quick break, though, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. There we go. Wow, it's already exactly noon. Crazy. The days do fly by. The days do, but I meant hours. All right, we have this one. Then we need another couple of buttons here. Private void. Uh, uh, remove improvements. Yes, but whoop. Button pressed. Come on. Be my friend. Just once. Private void. Remove improvements. No button pressed. And we're just going to hide this thing if that's what's going to happen. And then here, though, we have, this is where we're going to have all of the, you know, return half construction costs. In fact, that's what we'll call this, return. Maybe we should have that in the hall master. Does the hall master have an instance of it already? It doesn't. It's a public class, though, so that's not a big deal. We can make a static public static void return half of construction cost. The hall master returns goods and stuff. So then we'll go back to here and we'll say hall master return half of construction costs, and then we will hide this. We also need to, I'm just going to put this in a note, remove building from construction list. I think it's a dictionary. Look at that. I put a semicolon at the end. We could put that in remove half of construction costs, honestly, but let's see what we're going to do here. So for each, we need a construction county improvement data, though. Passed in here. For each, these are goods. No, this is going to be the key value pair thing. Key value pair with this thing at the end. Oh, I didn't put it. It is a good data in an int, if I remember correctly. You know, it might not be in the, well, we'll know. It's right here. It is. It's right here. For each unique good in here, then we're going to go these are input goods. What am I doing? We want construction. Goods construction cost, I guess is what I'm calling it. And we'll just say key value pair here. That's what I usually say. I don't know why I changed it up here, but there we are. And what is this? This is the same thing, so we're good there. We're going to say, we're going to have an int returned amount, and it's going to equal key value pair value divided by 2. And then we're going to have, we need the county this is in too. And since county's higher, county data, we need a county data. And then we're going to need the county data dictionary. This is stockpile goods. What did I call this? Goods? I think it's just straight up goods. Yeah, I think it's just straight up goods. We got a problem though with that, 'cause some of these things are faction level and some of are county level. So it's just goods. I'm almost positive. We'll find out in a second here if it isn't. Where was this shit? Where was this shit? Hallmaster. If key value pair key dot good type, I think we called it, is equal to all enums. It was right there. Good type dot county. Oh wait, county good type? No, it's just good type. We'll say county good. Then we go here. And we go here. Then we're gonna, well, that shouldn't look like that, but goods key value pair dot county good type. Sorry, we need key county good type plus equals returned amount. What's your fucking problem? This is, oh, we have a good data is the, okay, that's not a problem. There we go. And then, I mean, I guess we could just say else. Can a good type be anything besides those two? It could be both. Oh, shit. If it's both, then we return it to the county. I think. I'm trying to think here. So both is remnants. Remnants is the both thing. So we do want it to be or both. Remnants is a pain in my ass is what's happening. But it will all turn out fine, and it works out once we put that, whoops, both, and then we can just go else. We want this to go to the faction goods because that's money and things like that. And I think we should just have half the money. It will just be a penalty for accidentally building something. Yeah. I think. What did I call this? Faction goods? Oh, but that's a county good type. Yeah. Oh, no, that's fine. We're going to go faction good type. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know I say this all the time, but I do wish that the other Microsoft products allowed you to use the same, like if you hit here and you do copy, it copies the whole line. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't. Amount plus equals returned amount. And I don't think we need to do any GD prints because we can actually see this happening in the player, in the UI right now. So we need to pass in a county, which so far we've been able to get away with without having the location of where the county improvement data is. I'm pretty sure. I think we might have I'm positive that we don't have the location of where this thing's being built. So how are we going to do that then? This is the first time we've absolutely needed this. We need to know where the county is, what county we're in, to pass in this county data. The improvement data does not. I'm just double checking, but I'm almost positive that we don't have the location of the county improvement anywhere. So let's go back to this thing. We know the county improvement data, so we can put that in. And actually, we do know what the county is by selected left click county. And well, I'm just going to put it up here. Data, county data equals. But this is not going to work for the AI. And then we'll put county data here. All right, so this is not going to work for the AI, but this part won't ever be needed. The AI isn't pushing any buttons. But return half of construction costs will be used by the AI. So that this works out. And this is why I think, everyone's always telling me, make sure, you break these into methods and have like a public class and all that crap. This is a perfect example of why that's important. And I got to reinforce my mind to do that shit, All right. So we're going to run this and we're going to actually pay attention to the cost and the things that go away when we click build. We still have that one problem. So we have the one problem being we have $1,500. We have to use this one, which is going to be 10 remnants. And we have, is this going to update in real time? These are remnants or these ones are? I can't remember. Well, we have 100 of something. And 1,000 money. So, are we not deducting the costs? Oh, it took 100 out. We have some other problem. The money's 1,000. Why does it only take 100 out? Let's go up to here. I wonder if the construction costs are being multiplied by the number of workers. I bet you it is. It is. I bet you it is. We need to turn that off. That's for a different thing. Construction costs don't do that. And I bet you I put that in there thinking that we were going to do it as like a daily cost, but no, it's an upfront cost. So we can look in the garden right here. Input goods is 100. That's a different construction cost, which is confusing. Oh no, it is the same one. Yeah, it's 100. So and we have one remnant, and it's getting multiplied in the UI. So let's go back over to our UI and fix that, which is this. Generate construction good cost. Yeah, we're using add input goods panel. That's the problem. I tried to make it so we only had one panel, and it turns out we're going to need a separate one for construction goods unless we just adjust this. Add child text. See, we're multiplying this here. But we don't want to multiply it if it's under construction. So how do we do this here? We could say if, do we know? what we have the good data, we have the number, and we have the parents. We don't actually know if this is... Oh, look at this. We have like this other thing in here. We don't know what the county improvement status is, because if we knew what the county improvement status was, we could put it under, if its status is construction, we do a different thing of math, or we can just create our own. This thing doesn't actually apply. I hate having like separate things that do pretty much the same thing, but we could do that. Trying to think, we could pass in the county improvement, or the, I guess we'll do that, and county improvements data. We're passing a lot of shit here. And then over here, we would say, if county improvement data dot status is not equal to construction, all enums. There it was, county improvement. No, status under construction. Then we do this thing. This goes here. And else we do this. We just have the number in here, or the amount in there. Now let's double check while we gotta pass in our shit. And we do know the county improvement data here, so that solves that error. Once again, like, it almost seems like it'd be better to have two different ones, just so that it's easier to, so we don't have all this crap, but we'll keep going with that until we really need it to be two different ones, which could be right now, but I don't think so. So, oh shit, that's not gonna work. It would work once we hit this under construction. It's gonna show the right amount. Yeah, that isn't gonna work. Well, man, this court's killing me today. Maybe we should just have a separate one. Trying to think if there's another way we could do this. Well, there is another way we could do this, actually. We could go, we wouldn't need this here anymore. We could do this. If goods parent container is not equal to under construction, under, what did we call this thing? I see we're passing in input goods, which here, fine, I'll just do input goods. Am I trying to get this to work too hard? Should I just have two separate ones? I feel like that might be the case. It's just to have two separate ones. let's just have two separate ones. So this would be add input goods. So we need this one. I think I'm trying to force something that's not required to be forced in here. KD. Whoops, I just deleted that. It's fine. Let's copy this. We'll have add, this is a good panel, container, add construction, construction, what did I call this other one? Goods panel. And I can just copy this crap. And we actually don't need this anymore, probably, this thing, this parent, because we can just put it into the thing. We can put it actually right in here. We don't need adjusted number of workers for this one. We're not going to use that. And I don't think, yeah, we don't need this. What is we putting here? Add child to this thing. We don't need that anymore. We'll put this to the construction goods panel or whatever it's called. Panel container. I think it's probably that one. Oh, I did this wrong. Copy this. This goes here. Whoops. I think it's that one. Let's go and see what we're passing in here. We should be getting another bug over here. Construction materials, yeah. So this is back to, hey, where's my other bug here? It's at the top, I guess. Control home to bring it to the top. The fuck is this thing? It's just right here. So this is construct, way blah, blah, blah. Use remnants button. We don't actually need this either. I don't think. We might need this later. We might need this later. You know what? Fuck it. Just get rid of it. We don't need it. We don't need it right now. Well, you can add it in later. It's one line of code. Jesus Christ. So then back to this thing where we're getting this error. We don't need this. And we don't need this. This one we do currently, but we're about to change that. We need to go to this one. We don't need this. And we don't need this. And we don't need this. I think. What do you want? Number of adjusted workers. Oh, because we were in the wrong thing here. Add construction goods panel. We just need those two things passed in. Then we're going to go back to this input goods input, and we're going to fix it to so it, oh, Jesus Christ. Of course not that. What are we under? I can just click through it. Not you. Here it is right here. We can get rid of this. We've changed this enough. I think that we don't need that anymore. We can go inputs grid container. Is that what we're calling that thing? Let's look here. Inputs grid container. We don't need this anymore. Then we can go back through here and we can go get rid of this thing. And then that looks good to me. Unnecessary, yeah. We're going to deal with that at some point. All right. I'm feeling like fingers crossed here, I guess. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed and patiently wait. All right, so money, remnants, that is now correct. Money, remnants. Remnants is 10, wood is 10. That all looks right. The use remnants button is missing though. Because it's not being constructed yet. It's not done with its construction. Let's make sure that that isn't a real problem here. Yeah, it was just because it was under construction. Now let's click this remove improvement. And then the yes button doesn't work. We haven't connected the signal. We did get the correct amount removed there, and probably we had the correct remnants, which actually I think are these bolts. So, but let's connect this signal for the yes button. And so that's going to be under our big long thing here. We build this just to make sure. It's actually under here. We have some other signal. Remove. Oh, we had it on button up. I'm not using that anymore. That was something I didn't quite understand before. It worked fine on button up versus pressed, but pressed just does the same thing. I'm in the wrong spot here. Pick. Connect. And then we're going to get rid of this one. And then pressed, we're going to connect. Go to source, right here, pick. No, connect, save everything. Hit this. I should use that that thing that shows the references more frequently, but I notice it's not very reliable. It always changes. It gives you the good ones, but it also let's make sure we have. So we have 100 across the board, 100, 1,500, then 100 across the board. Well, let's build our garden. Let's close this thing. So we have 99 and we have 14. So we should get nothing back here because it's an int that we're dividing, and we should get 50 back here when we hit this remove and we say yes. We might have gotten it back, but what we need to do is update the top bar when the visibility changes of the remove this guy. We need to update the top bar control, update resource labels. I think that's the one. And what we also need to do with that is we need to rename it from resources to goods. We're so close on this, it's blowing my mind because it took so long for me to get to this point, like months and months and months, and I kept saying we're so close. Before I hit remove, I'm just going to double check that we have the 1,500 or the 1,400 and the 9. Oh man, I kind of want to switch where those are. We have 1,400 and we didn't get the one back. So we have something else we got to do though. Currently, I bet you if we let this run, it just fucking implodes. Actually, it probably, yeah, it just returns here. We can remove this 100 times. But it's not actually deleting this. We can spam it and get back more money than we ever paid. Yep. All right, so what we actually need to do at this point is two things. Back to our remove here. We need to remove the building from the construction list, and we actually don't have to do anything else besides just blow away the county data, under construction improvements, remove that from the list, and then we need to update the list that we're doing it on. So I don't remember what the county improvements. Man, one of these things is called county improvements controls, and the other one's called container. Updates. What did we call this shit? Can I make this jump through to here? You can. Create all county improvement buttons. Is there an instance for this? This is what we need to call. Can't I just make this thing static? What's your problem? Well, I guess we're public static. It's going to tell me that I have, yeah, all these other things I'm passing in. All right. So we need this to be here. Whoa. So that should regenerate that after we remove it from the list. We're very, very close. I know I keep saying that. Every stream I say we're really close to getting this done. See, yes is on the left over there, and then we go to here, and yes is on the right. Did I click that wrong, or what happened there? Let's try that again. Where's our garden? Actually, let's try a different place. Because it doesn't have anything to do here. Remove. And then let's swap these. Just because I want it consistent, you know. And we'll run it again. Problem I think we're going to have later on is that you're going to have like a bazillion of these things on this list. There's going to be like 1,000 of them. Okay, not 1,000. There's going to be like 800 of them. Okay, so that works, and we're not getting any bugs. Let's go back in here, though. And we can click this. It just doesn't do anything. Oh, wait, we have to... That one, and that's what we wanted. Whoops. Remove. So I think what I was doing before was putting up like a blocker panel. Like a panel that stops all clicks. Let's think about how we could do this a better way or the same way. It also remembers, well, it remembers because you can click through this. That isn't big enough. And remove improvements. Remove improvements. Remove improvement. What the fuck? That was a phrase. Remove improvement. Why is there a fucking S on there? Translate. And there we go. Close this thing. Close this thing. Re-import it. It says it doesn't need to be re-imported, but maybe it didn't save re-import. So we could disable this button. Oh, but yeah, so we have all these other buttons that are still working behind it. So let's just put up like a blocker panel. That's what I've done in the past, and it seemed to work pretty good. So when this confirmation pops up, we're going to add a node here, and it's just going to be a panel. And we're going to need it to be behind this yes or no thing. And what we need to actually see this. What is this thing? Get out of here. How do I get away from you? I wonder if I already have a blocker panel around. This is 40 by 40. I need it to be to expand. How did I do this with a blocker panel before? I wonder what other things I was using. I think that's what I was calling it, was blocker. Okay, that would be wrong. But I was having a panel that just appeared over the whole background. That's not it. That's not where we want to be. It would be here. And I would just turn it on and off. I think we can put this like right here. Probably, maybe it matters. Or we'll call it click blocker panel. I wonder how I did on the other part. What was the other thing? Oh, this is on recruit hero. Let's look. I don't have shit on there because probably there's nothing to click on. Oh, you can click on this shit is the problem. It doesn't do anything for some reason because it's the same. It brings up the same panel, but it would change actually. We need to block that shit too. I'm gonna put a note in here. Block clicking when confirmation panel is open in recruit hero. And I know that this has nothing to do with the county improvement, but we're going to stick this up at the top, and I'm going to do that tomorrow before we do the next steps. But back to this. Let's figure out this blocker panel. So for this, we should be able to expand it over the top, but then we've got to make it so it's clear. And I think we can just turn you down like that. So now it's clear. And then we go mouse. Yeah, we want it to stop. Now we need down on this remove. We'll put export private panel click blocker panel. And then over here, click blocker panel show. Click blocker panel hide. Do we actually need to do that? Yeah, I guess we do. And then we're going to build this puppy. We're almost done. Now with the game. Would that be nice? Oh, we're never going to end this thing, man. It's never going to be done. Then we're going to run this. I was thinking, when I started this project, probably a couple of years, but I'm on like year 2, and I'm not very far along. So, like I keep saying, about 5 years. All right, so we should be able to hit this construct thing. Oh, this doesn't have the click blocker thing. Oh, but it does. It's stuck. So that kind of works, but you can still like hover over this stuff. So on here, though, that's not, our click blocker panel is not working. Let's see. It might be below all that stuff. In fact, I am almost positive it's below all that stuff. So we don't want it below. We want it on top of that stuff. We can look at this though, right? We will make sure that it's, there it is. It is on. So we need to move it. And actually, we might be able to, I'm going to put this on my other screen temporarily. We might be able to put the click block, I think it needs to be right above these. And since we have two of these and we're going to use the other one probably at some point, this actually might remember. Yeah, see, so it's open and we can't click on anything. But we can click on this, and this is back. So we go like that. Oh, the close button, though. Where's my close button? The close button's inside this. And these, the building confirmation button. We could disable the close button if we wanted to, but I think it's easier if we just make this and move these in the right spots. So this dialog box, both of these, I think we can put on top of the close button. We're going to find out here in a second. And then we put the blocker thing right here. Where I might have, this might fuck everything up, but we'll see. We're so close. Okay, so that doesn't work. I don't know if it, I know we just tested it, but I can't remember. Okay, that still works. Now we can't click on shit, which is what we want, except that we want to be able to click on this. That works without any issues. All right, so that's it. Let's go back over here. No, this is a different click blocker problem. This is done. Oh, we haven't done the storage part. How much time do I have? So we also need to remove the storage. This is the one we just fixed, so we can close that one. It's weird how it's whatever. Let's make this the top thing. I wonder if I can do this real quick in 15 minutes. I can. Well, I don't know. My back hurts. So on the confirmation, which is actually where we're at, we're going to need another one. I think, does the hall master deal with storage? It probably should. We might have to have, we're going to have to fix this, but I'm going to make sure, I'm going to put it in research. Make sure when removing a county improvements, it affects research production as well. It might already do that depending on our upcoming changes. I think it's already going to do that when because we're going to change kind of how research works just a little bit. All right. We don't have any storage stuff. It must be a daily check. I thought it was just when we built it that it added the storage. I think it does. Let's see here. There is the county and the confirmation that we were just kind of like clicking around next to. Let's see what this thing. charge for building, create all county improvements, update the resources. What do we, build improvement is probably what we want to look at here. Adds it under construction. It's when it's finished being built though. And so, I guess we haven't tested that. We haven't tested that. Actually, after this test, to make sure that the thing's built, I'm going to call it a day here. My back is hurting. I don't know if it's because I'm sleeping on my bed or on my couch while this construction is going on in real life, or if it's because I moved a bunch of heavy shit and I'm old and falling apart. I'm pretty sure I put yes there. Oh, this is the problem. Where am I looking for? I am looking for the confirmation. We need to remove it from county improvement data. What did we call it? Completed county improvements dot remove. And I think you don't have to do any checks or anything. If it's there, we'll remove it. Hopefully it removes the unique one that we built. It should. They should be different references. I'll build 2 and we'll find out. I'll do 2 Fisher sheds. Fisher shed, construct. So we have Fisher shed 1 and Fisher shed 2. They have both been completed. We're going to remove this one. And that seems to have worked. It did. All right, I'm going to push this code, and then I'm calling it a day. We don't need this up anymore. So today we county improvements now can be removed from a county. And we're going to commit this. That's basically all we did. And then tomorrow we'll finish up the storage and we'll build it and export it, fingers crossed, and we'll merge the branch, which I've been waiting forever to do, 4 months. All right, but that is it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you tomorrow.